And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Tofu Kingdom. Tofu Kingdom. We're going to be playing as Prince Moki, looking for his beloved Princess Tofu. We've all heard this story before, of course, the Moki and Tofu story. It's a silly little game. It's kind of it's a line game. It reminds me of those puzzles where when you get somewhere and there's two lions guarding doors, and one lion always tells the truth and one lion always lies, and you got to ask questions and figure out what's right. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like a social deduction game, but kind of aimed at kids, although it doesn't need kids to play it. Let me show you. Okay, so Prince Moki here wants to marry Prince Tofu, but the evil stepmother, Queen Tofu, doesn't want that to happen. She wants to marry Prince Moki, so she is making him pick from a bunch of veiled women, and if whoever he picks he has to marry, but she sneaks herself into the line. Meanwhile, the pudding spy is actually a princess from another kingdom, wants to ruin the relationship. Tofu maid's in love with the pudding spy, so therefore is going to help him. Tofu chef loves the princess because she saved him a long time ago, so he wants to help her. Tofu guard is really in love with Queen Tofu. Tofu minister is evil. It's a very convoluted soap opera of a story. Your goal in this game is to get these little soybean counters, and you're going to do that. One person is going to be Prince Moki, and then depending on how many players in a game, if there's, let's say it's a 3-player game, then you will only play with these 3 characters. Then you'll add the Tofu guard, then the Tofu chef, then the Tofu minister, then finally the pudding spy. So let's say we're playing a game and these are the ones that are in the mix here, and these are all going to get mixed up and sent around to the different players. The Prince Moki, everyone knows who he is, and then this person will close their eyes, everyone else will reveal who they are, and you say, okay, got to memorize who everybody is, and then the prince is going to come back and open their eyes, and they're going to ask each person one question. So they can ask one of 3 types of questions. They can say, where is Princess Tofu? Who are you? Or who is she or he? Those are the 3 different questions. They can ask each person one question. They can then ask one additional question. Now, if your card is green, that's the good guys, you must tell the truth. If your card is red, you must lie. See, it says T and L's on here to show that. And if you are the gray, you can tell the truth or tell a lie. After hearing all that information, then Prince Moki is going to pick one person. If they pick the princess, then they both will get a soybean as well as a tofu chef if he's in the game. If he picks the queen, that's the worst possibility, then all the red players will get one of those points. And if he picks the tofu maid or the pudding spy or the tofu guard or the tofu minister, they all have a mask symbol on them, then this team each gets 1. So while the tofu guard is on the queen's team, he doesn't want to get picked himself. He wants the queen to be the one that's picked. And then you start another round, and after several rounds, whoever has the most of these is the winner of the game. You want everyone to have a chance to be Prince Moki. That's how you play. So these are tiles. They work pretty well, and I like them. I like how in the back they show you, who's on what team, right? And then it shows you the questions that can be asked. So that's really nice. These are okay. They're okay counters. The biggest problem that this game has is with the packaging. The packaging is nice, right, where you can sit here and you can put all these in here, but then you have to put these in a bag or else they're just going to sit there and they're all going to fall out. It's just not it's not the most elegant of choices, but it does, it's really easy to carry around. It's a nice little pocket game. As for the artwork and the fact that they're tofu people, sure, I don't mind that. That's really weird, but it is what it is. So this game works. The hardest part of this game is memorizing stuff. So here's how it works. You have to when you're playing this game and you look and you're not Prince Moki. Prince Moki's not hard to play. Prince Moki is basically just picking somebody. But everyone else, you sit there and you're like, okay, that's who that person is, that's who that person is. If I get asked, where's the princess, where am I going to point? If I get asked, who am I, what am I going to say? Especially if you're lying. You need to figure these things out ahead of time. If I get asked who other people are, what am I going to say? If I get asked the truth, though, you need to make sure you're telling the truth, too. So there's a small bit of memorization. Who has what? Okay, that's who everybody is. That you would be surprised many times I play this, I'm like, where's the princess again? Okay, so putting that aside, though, the rest of it's pretty easy. Just asking questions, and the truth people are going to tell you the truth, and it's the Prince Moki, and they're probably the most fun person to play. They're sitting there like, are you lying? I think you're lying. You look at me like you're lying. And then why would they lie? So if they say that person's a princess and they are lying, okay, so let's say they are the liar, they have to lie, so therefore that person can't be the princess. But that person said that they were the princess, so maybe they are. Oh, it's so confusing, right? And but it's not too hard. It's like really fast. It reminds me of One Night Ultimate Werewolf. This is One Night Ultimate Tofu. Just quick playing game, and it's a really small little easy package to carry around, so there's benefits to that. So I like it. Tofu Kingdom. I mean, I don't think it's going to blow away a lot of these other social deduction games, but what I like about this one, as I like with a lot of blue-orange games, is how easy it is to get kids to do this one. They don't have to invent big fables. They don't have to be this big, giant, creative character. No, they just have to answer some questions and then figure out who's lying or not. A useful skill for many parents to figure out. Dice Tower Judgment approved.